In the depths of China's ancient past, two dynasties stood in stark contrast: the Shang, also known as the Yin, and the Zhou that followed. The Shang, which flourished until the mid-2nd millennium BCE, is remembered for its bronze craftsmanship, its oracle bone script, and its mercantile prowess. It is also remembered, when it is remembered at all, for the blood sacrifices and rites that defined its relationship with the unseen. In later centuries, the Zhou turned away from these rituals, remaking society and, in the process, systematically erasing the memory of what had come before. I want to examine how the trauma from Shang's brutality shaped the Zhou worldview, how the Book of Changes preserves traces of a violent past, and why confronting that past matters for us today. In earlier lectures on the I Ching, the Book of Changes, I spoke about sacrificial culture and the cruel rites of the Shang. What relevance could the brutality of a long-vanished dynasty have for a society that prides itself on civility? The violence of the Shang and the moral response it elicited from the Zhou did more than end a dynasty. It shaped the values and institutions of Chinese civilization. The Shang rulers maintained a theocratic state in which blood was offered to heaven. Human beings were captured and killed to appease ancestral spirits. King Wen of Zhou experienced this cruelty firsthand. The Shang king murdered one's father, offered one's son as a sacrifice, grounded the son into paste, and forced him to eat it. Wen himself spent years imprisoned in fear, never knowing when he might be selected for sacrifice. The Zhou people, who lived on the western fringes, were not merely victims. At times, they served as agents for the Shang, capturing members of the neighboring Qiang tribes to supply the altar. The entanglement of victims and accomplices added complexity to their hatred. The Zhou traced their lineage to the Qiang through figures such as Grand Duke Zhang and the legendary Zhang Yuan, who became pregnant when she stepped into a giant footprint in the forest. Her child was Hu Ji, the ancestor of the Zhou, whose descendants took the surname Ji. The pictograph for that surname combines the radicals for women and the image of a large footprint, preserving the myth of his conception.